Hey guys, it's me, Mary. I hope all is well. It has been a little over a month since I've uploaded my last YouTube video on this channel, and I just kind of wanted to explain to you guys a little bit what's been going on with me the last few months and why I haven't been consistent as I used to be with my uploads. So, as you guys know, back at the end of the spring, beginning of summer, medical issues with both of my parents had started simultaneously at the same time. So the end of May, my dad had a congestive heart failure episode, and he was in the hospital and rehab for about a month. So from end of May to end of June. And then not too long afterwards, my mom's congestive heart failure was actually getting worse and was more severe than we all had anticipated. And we knew that she was going to be receiving open heart surgery, but we didn't know it was going to be as serious as it was. So she had gone for a lot of procedures right after my dad had gotten home from rehab, and it was a long process with her too, and she had her open heart surgery at the end of July, and she had a mitral valve put in. She was in the hospital for a week, but we had to have a lot of in-home VNA nursing visits for several weeks, a little bit of PT to get her onto the road of recovery too. So between working, teaching summer school, and everything medical, that was what my summer consisted of, and so I didn't get to really enjoy my summer like I had hoped. But I'm thankful to say that both of my parents are doing pretty well now, and that I'm glad that they both received the care and had the procedures that they needed to save both of their lives. And on top of that too, I also have been kind of getting back into the swing of things with a brand new school year at work. It's been a little bit of a more challenging school year so far, just because I'm in split teaching roles this year, so it was an adjustment for me, which this is something I've never done before. So it's I'm running around a lot. I mean, I'm always running around, but I've been running around more than usual. And every educator I feel is feeling that this year. It's not a bad year, but it feels more there's just so much more that's expected and more going on than before. But I feel that's kind of the case. Each year brings new challenges and unexpected obstacles to have to kind of overcome and navigate. And then the last thing too is that I've been trying to get back into the dating world. And so I went on my first date last weekend that I had since my last relationship, because I'm very picky and selective about who I go out with, especially because I'm a person, I've been through so much. And so, I thought it was a great fit. We had a wonderful first date. But unfortunately, I had to end it because we had very different beliefs on something that was, a huge boundary for me and pretty much a non-negotiable. So I have to think of myself, my family, and safety first. So I decided to cut ties with that person completely, even in friendship. So, I've been through a lot in my last relationships too, and it's I'm a person, I've realized I don't like being lonely, but at the same time I don't get a lot of time for myself, so I value what little free time I do have, and my passions and my career is just so important to me. I live and breathe what I do. I love it so much. I wouldn't trade it for the world, despite it having bad days anyone or anything else. And it's just such a huge part of who I am. I love my job so much, and sometimes I talk about it too much and it drives people bonkers, but that's who I am. My parents are everything to me. I was raised with a lot of love, and I only get one set of parents, so it's important for me to appreciate them while I have them, especially my dad, who's going to be 94 at the beginning of November, and my mom's turning 70 at the end of November. So as they're getting older, it's important for me to be around more. And I've been on the go so much, I've been burnt out a lot. So that's why I haven't been as consistent with my uploading. But it's been interesting to kind of come to some of these revelations too, because in the last few months with everything that I've been through, it's kind of changed me a little bit. It's made me stronger. It's made me a little more guarded and cautious with who I choose to trust. It's taught me like who is really there for me and who isn't. It's brought new people into my life that have been wonderful, like new friends, but it's also like opened my eyes and realized that I need to end a lot of connections that I thought were genuine, but the reality is I was the one putting in almost all the effort, like at least 90% of the effort, and people weren't matching that, whether it be friendship or romantic relationship pursuits. So the best thing for me to do is just focus on myself and hope that, you know, right person, right time will happen for me eventually. But for now, I just have so much going on as is that, like, I know what my priorities are, and just dating doesn't fit into that at this point in time. So I hope that kind of makes sense. I'm sorry for my rambling, but I just kind of wanted to vocalize like everything I've been dealing with the last few months and giving you guys a little more insight to everything that I've had on my plate. And I hope you guys understand, and I love and appreciate you. You guys have been watching my channel for so long. It's crazy to think how long I've been making videos. Like, I've been making them since 2008 if you count my old channel that I had growing up, for like a year or so before I switched over to this one. So it's crazy that I've been at it for so long. And I'm also wanting to say thank you so much. I just hit 4,000 TikTok followers yesterday, so that's amazing. I really appreciate that, and I'm gonna post a thank you video on there too. And I hope you guys take care, and I look forward to hopefully posting again on a more regular basis. Bye guys.